What if I told you the way you've been changing your oil, based on advice from your dad, your mechanic, or that random forum comment, might be quietly wrecking your engine? Today, we're busting 5 oil change myths that sound harmless but actually cost you power, money, and engine life. Once you know the truth, you'll never look at that little oil can light the same way again. Myth number 1. Change your oil every 3,000 miles or else. This myth is one of the most persistent and outdated pieces of automotive advice still floating around. For decades, people were told to change their oil every 3,000 miles, and it made sense back then. Older engines were less efficient, ran dirtier, and used conventional oils that broke down quickly. But the automotive industry has evolved. Modern engines are built to extremely tight tolerances, run cleaner, and benefit from synthetic oils with significantly better thermal stability and longevity. Many newer cars can safely go 7,500, 10,000, or even 15,000 miles between oil changes depending on usage and oil type. The real danger in clinging to the 3,000 miles myth isn't just wasting money, it's the false sense of security it creates. Some drivers opt for cheap oil and filters thinking they'll just change them frequently and be fine. But using bargain bin products increases the risk of filter bypass, poor cold start protection, and additive breakdown. Meanwhile, overchanging oil means you're never learning about your actual wear patterns, fuel dilution, or potential engine issues because you're discarding oil too quickly to analyze. Your best strategy is to follow your manufacturer's maintenance schedule, which takes into account engine design, oil spec, and real-world testing. If your car has an oil life monitoring system, trust it. It's based on data, not superstition. And remember, severe service driving shortens intervals, but most drivers fall under normal service. Forget the 3,000-mile rule. It's 2025. Your engine, your oil, and your wallet deserve better. Myth number 2. Synthetic oil causes leaks, especially in older engines. This myth is rooted in a kernel of truth from decades ago, but it's wildly misleading today. In the early days of synthetic oil, some formulations lacked seal conditioners or were too effective at cleaning sludge. That meant when synthetic oil was introduced into a high-mileage engine caked with deposits, it would clean out the gunk, sometimes revealing hardened seals or minor cracks that had previously been plugged by sludge. The result? A leak that was already waiting to happen, not one caused by the synthetic oil. Modern synthetic oils are formulated with additives that help condition seals and prevent leaks, not cause them. They're also chemically more stable, offering superior resistance to oxidation, thermal breakdown, and viscosity loss. These properties make them ideal for all engines, new and old alike. In fact, high-mileage synthetic blends are now available specifically for older engines, including detergents and seal softeners to reduce seepage. If you switch to synthetic and notice leaks, the issue likely existed before the switch. Common culprits include a clogged or failed PCV valve, dried-out valve cover gaskets, or oil pan seals nearing the end of their lifespan. These are wear and tear issues, not signs that synthetic oil is too thin or too slippery. In reality, synthetic oil provides far better protection for internal components, especially during cold starts or under extreme heat. It flows faster at low temperatures, maintains film strength at high RPMs, and can help extend engine life. So instead of avoiding synthetic, embrace it, but be proactive in replacing worn seals or gaskets. Blaming synthetic oil for leaks is like blaming soap for discovering a cut. Myth number 3. Thicker oil protects better, especially in older engines. This myth sounds logical. After all, thicker fluids must offer more protection, right? In reality, it's one of the most damaging assumptions drivers can make. Thicker oil does not mean better protection. It often means slower circulation, poorer cold start flow, and disrupted engine timing, especially in modern engines built with extremely tight tolerances and complex systems like variable valve timing or turbochargers. Your engine is engineered for a specific viscosity range. That 5W30 or OW20 isn't a suggestion, it's a precise design requirement. Using a heavier oil than recommended can starve critical components of oil during cold starts, cause hydraulic lifters to malfunction, and interfere with VVT systems. It also increases engine drag, lowering fuel economy. Yes, older engines can experience oil consumption, but switching to a thicker oil to slow the burn is a band-aid, not a solution. You may be masking deeper issues like worn piston rings, hardened valve stem seals, or a failing PCV system. Instead of guessing, get a proper inspection or do a compression and leak down test. High mileage oils, usually synthetic blends, are a better answer. They're designed with additives that clean deposits and help rejuvenate seals. Plus, they come in OEM-approved viscosities that maintain proper oil pressure and flow. If your manual lists alternate viscosities for extreme climates, use those guidelines, not internet myths. Thicker oil may feel like extra protection, but unless your manual or mechanic specifically recommends it based on diagnostics, you're likely doing more harm than good. When it comes to oil viscosity, precision beats assumption every time. Myth number 4. All oils and filters are basically the same, just get whatever's cheapest. This one's dangerous because it treats your engine like a one-size-fits-all machine. In truth, oils and filters vary massively in quality, chemistry, and compatibility, and buying the cheapest one on the shelf could cost you thousands in engine repairs later. Let's break it down. Not all 5W30 oils are the same. Behind that viscosity label is a complex blend of base oils and additives. The additive package includes detergents, dispersants, anti-wear agents, viscosity modifiers, and more. Premium oils also meet very specific standards such as API-SP, ILSAC GF6, ACEA ratings, or OEM-specific specifications like GM Dexos 1 or VW50800. These certifications ensure that the oil meets rigorous standards for wear, deposit, and emissions control. Cheap oils often don't meet these, even if they claim to. Then there's the oil filter. A good filter does more than catch dirt. It must withstand pressure surges, resist collapse, maintain flow, and trap contaminants as small as 20 microns, all while working with your engine's oil pressure system. Low-quality filters can fail early, enter bypass mode too often, or allow dirty oil to recirculate. Worse, some may even collapse internally or leak. If you're extending oil change intervals, say 10,000 plus kilometers, you need a filter rated for long life and high capacity. Always buy from a reputable brand with published specs. Look for filters with metal end caps, silicone anti-drain back valves, and verified efficiency. Cheap and frequent used to be a valid tactic when engines and oils were simpler. But today's cars are smarter, more precise, and more demanding. Saving a few bucks up front can cost you thousands later. Protect your investment, match your oil and filter to your exact engine spec. Myth number 5. If the dipstick level is fine, the oil is fine. Just top it off. This myth confuses oil quantity with oil quality. Just because your dipstick reads full doesn't mean the oil in your engine is still doing its job. Engine oil is a chemical cocktail designed to lubricate, clean, cool, and protect. And over time, those chemical properties break down, even if the volume stays the same. As you drive, heat, moisture, fuel contamination, and soot gradually degrade the oil. Detergents and dispersants get depleted. The oil's acidity increases. Viscosity can shear down or thicken unnaturally. Even if you're topping off with fresh oil, all you're doing is diluting a worn-out base. It's like adding cold water to hot coffee. It changes the volume, not the quality. This is especially dangerous for short-trip drivers who rarely let their engine reach full operating temperature. Water and unburned fuel accumulate in the crankcase, and since the oil never gets hot enough to boil them off, the contaminants just sit there, corroding internals and reducing lubricating power. The oil might look clean, but it's chemically exhausted. Manufacturers understand this, which is why they often include a time-based interval, usually 1 year, even if the mileage is low. That's because oil ages regardless of use. Some newer engines, especially turbos, can be more sensitive to oil chemistry degradation. Topping up is necessary when consumption occurs, but it's not a replacement for oil changes. Always change the filter too, since it's trapping contaminants and has a finite capacity. Want to know if your oil is truly fine? Get a used oil analysis. Until then, stick to your change intervals and don't let the dipstick fool you. So there you have it. 5 oil change myths that far too many people still believe, and that could be slowly wearing down your engine without you even realizing it. Whether it's clinging to the outdated 3,000-mile rule, fearing synthetic oil, or blindly trusting the dipstick, these habits can lead to real damage over time. If this video helped you break free from any of these myths, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the worst oil advice you've ever heard? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.